What's going on YouTube? Jason right here. So in today's video I'm going to show you the best method to manage the files on your device and back up your important photos and memories and of course your contacts and everything. And I'm going to use iCareFone to do all of that. It supports iOS 26, iOS 18, 17 and so on. It does have a built-in HEIC converter to convert your images to JPEG if you want to use them on different computers. It can back up your device and it can also transfer and manage your contacts, music, videos, photos and so on between iPhone, iPad and PC or Mac. It's available for both Windows and Mac OS. So you can find it over here on tenorshare.com on the iCareFone page, and this is actually quite great. Now by default, of course, Apple does have their built-in finder to do backups of your device, but that is so ridiculously underpowered you wouldn't believe. You can't even select what you want to backup. Now with iCareFone, you can not only select what you want to backup, but you can individually backup each file if you want to. So I'm going to connect my device to demonstrate. This is the interface once you install it. The installation is pretty simple on Mac OS. You just open the DMG file, drag and drop the iCareFone file to the applications folder. On Windows, it's as simple as installing any program. You open the setup, you click next, and you just install the program. But once you have it installed, it looks like this. Quite an easy to use interface. So let me connect my iPad and show you how it works. Alright, so I have connected my iPad. It gets detected in a couple of seconds over here. And once it does, as you can see, everything is fine. We can see our images over here, the device storage information, so how much space we have left and what is occupying our space. And of course there is a test report over here that we can click, and it gives us a couple of information about the device itself, including battery life and the various radio IDs of the device, capacity and so on. So now if we want to import, for example, a specific photo, we can just click the photos over here. It will load all the photos we have on the device, and as you can see, no problem. I can select one particular image, for example this drawing over here. I can click export over here and I can select the file type that I want, JPEG for example. I can specify what I wanted, for example on desktop, and click next over here, and there we go. We got the photo imported. So if I go here, I can find the file, and there it is, my diagram over here for one of my videos. Same for this picture, for example. I can just export it right away, click next, and it will be exported. So you can see that it's also being converted when that is necessary. And here we are, we have the photo over here. You cannot do that with Mac OS or Windows without such a program, because Apple doesn't allow you to just back up random files on your device. And I can back up everything if I want to over here, because I can select everything and just export them or do a backup. Now, what if you want to back up everything, including your messages, your applications, your files, bookmarks, notes, contacts, and so on? Well, for that, you would go back in here on the main screen and you would go to backup and restore. And in here, you can create a backup now. And this allows you to select what you want to backup. So you can individually choose everything you want, or you can just click and select all over here. And this will get everything from contacts to call history, messages, photos, your videos, your voice memos, WhatsApp data, Viber data, Line, Kick, Safari, bookmarks, everything. And then you can select where you want to put the backup. And of course I can create a new folder over here, call it backups, and open this like this and click backup. And this will start the backup procedure on my device. And as you can see, it's doing it in the background. Now this can take a couple of minutes to complete depending on how much information you have on your device, but it's as simple as that to choose what you want to backup from your device without having to create a full backup every time. Can macOS do backups of the iOS devices? Yes, you can do a backup on macOS without using such a program. However, you cannot choose what you want to backup. You cannot backup individual files, and of course every backup has to contain everything you had previously. So this means that you cannot open that backup and extract a specific file. If you already have those files backed up, they will be backed up again every time you make a backup, which wastes a lot of space on the non-upgradable storage Mac computers, which is pretty bad to begin with. This program allows you to select what you want to backup, and of course if you already have a backup of a certain file, you can just exclude it, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna be right back once the backup finishes. And here we go, a couple of moments later, the backup is now completed. You can see what was backed up because that was on this device. So we got our bookmarks, our notes, our photos over here, including the videos, app photos over here from notes, as you can see, various drawings and things that I have in the notes application, and then app documents and so on. And now if you go back in here on the main screen and you click on the backup and restore, you have your backup over here. You can see how much it occupies, and you can of course rename it if you want to, or you can choose to view it and restore it to the device. If you want to restore it, you click view over there and click restore to the device, and that will restore the data back to your device. Now here on the manage, you can actually take the individual photos as I showed previously, but there is also a file manager. There is the built-in file manager that allows you to browse the file system of the device, the accessible file system of the device, including the DCIM folder where Apple keeps the images. So you can see the raw files over here, including the videos you have filmed with the device. So let's say I want this file over here. I'm going to export it, and this one comes from the raw file system, and I'm going to open it over here, and there you have it. It's a screenshot I made earlier. So yeah, you can browse the file system and you can get them that way as well. And there's also the virtual USB drive feature, and this one essentially allows you to use your device as a virtual USB flash drive and take advantage of the storage on the device, which is pretty nifty if you need to move files over and so on. There's also a feature over here, clean up device storage, and this one can help if you feel your device is cluttered and so on. But for now, my device doesn't have any junk. In your case, there will be quick clean and deep clean, and this can help you save some space if you have been using your device a lot. Now here on the more tools section, there are a couple of other things that you can use. You can enable developer mode with this. If you need to enable developer mode for any reason, you can do so directly from this program. You can block iOS updates if you do not want to have iOS updates by using a profile, and this can help you get that. You can set the wallpaper. And there is also, of course, several other options, including the device accessibility control. So you can enable various things over here like assistive touch, voiceover, zoom, invert colors, and so on. You also have controls over here to restart the device, and you can also shut down the device over here. So overall, I believe that iCareFone is a pretty good program if you want to manage your iOS device. You can find it, as I said, on the Tenorshare website. There's also a limited time Halloween treat where you can get it for 20% off. So hurry up if you want to catch that promotion. And of course, I believe that this will help you manage your device much better than the built-in Finder on macOS or iTunes on Windows. So definitely give it a try. Thank you for watching. I am GeoSnow. Till the next time, subscribe to stay updated, and peace out.